Hi guys, how's lunch? Sorry. So, parang masyadong malakas to. Tama lang. Na ako yung voice ko. And also, guys, if you can please accommodate the tables in front, it would be better if you're joining with the one who's with laptop and then yung katabi na yung makikinood. So, para mas convenient din. We help each other. Yes, please. We can occupy this para we can accommodate more in case may dumating na ibang late. No need to go in front. So, yes. Marap ka pa? Dito. There, scan QR code please. Ay, ako din. Also, may I ask, lahat po meron ng the program that we need for later? Everyone? Meron na? Downloading. All right. In case wala pa, you can go to our Facebook page and then, andun ba talaga? Approach na lang daw the Orcom. Yes. Email. It was sent via email din pala. Yes. Okay, acknowledging our speakers. They're here. Yes. Need help? So we'll encourage everyone to please ready your laptop and install the programs needed. We are to start about a couple of minutes. Who wants to sit here? Oh, we have available tables here. Para it won't look that empty naman here, oh. Please close the door. Guys. Ayan. Okay, we're still waiting for others. Sir, you may occupy this seat. Sir Jason, dito ka na sa harap. So, dito ka na, sir. Ngayon na. It's okay. Masikip. So you have the program installed na sa laptop niyo? Hindi pa? Hindi po kayong laptop. Okay. Sige, sige. Siguro, ay, you can watch naman po, pero pwede po kayong tumabi kay sir. Sir, okay naman po ba? Para you can watch naman po. Pwede po kayong tumabi kay sir.
Siguro may I request the people on the last row to occupy these front seats.
Pwede.
So,
Okay lang ako dito, mga tao.
don't worry, ang tatawagin ko yung mga nasa likod. Sige. Sige. Encourage ko sila, sir.
So what do you think about this morning talk? Exciting, huh? You understand what's things happening? How the metaverse oh, don't have. Yeah. So we're giving a paper. So each of the paper will ask you. Yeah. Alright. So why I'm dressed like this now? Just now it's reflect now like this because I'm no longer a speaker. I'm my now he is my boss. So I'm a waiter. So my role is just to serve all of you. I'm also my boss. Everyone got the paper. So now I would like you to have just a moment to write what do you feel about Metaverse in this morning. Just one paragraph. What do you feel about Metaverse this morning? Is it going to be good for the industry? Yeah. Is it going to be bad? You have that one we can use later. All right. In one, what do you think Metaverse is to you now? You have your feeling about Metaverse? Okay, yeah. All right, we try some. What do you feel about Metaverse? I can see your answer already. It's empty. Metaverse is empty, which is correct. It's a white paper, blank canvas for us to start something. No, this. Here's one. He's a very potential. Yes? What potential? To find girlfriend in the future. Kidding, yes. Wow. Good. New business opportunity. Of opportunities for the architecture profession. That to endless way of finding. No, sorry. What else? Anything? Unlimited ideas. Very. So now you have all this. I want you to sign because you are architect, right? Sign your signature on the paper. Sign your signature in the paper. Is architect signature in the Philippines very expensive? Very expensive. In Malaysia, it's very expensive. Yeah, you cannot sell the signature. It's valuable. Yes. Okay, everyone sign already your signature? Okay, now you raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand up. Try to sign. Try to sign your signature. Okay, what about your left hand? Try your sign. Okay, now stand up. Everyone stand up. Okay. Okay, now use your hip to sign. Try. Okay, try sign. How do you sign? Can you follow? I sign. EU. All right. Everyone try? Come, let's try. Okay, come. How? Because, you know, this exercise is very good because I can see when people move, their signature is very difficult. All right? Okay lah, that's too difficult. Okay, use your head. All right. Okay, thank you very much for participating because I just wanted for you to guys to feel a little bit more energetic because after lunch, usually people is very sleepy. So now I will pass back to the MC to call the speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Razak. Okay, so we proceed with our the second part of our seminar, which is the workshop. And to introduce properly our who will lead the workshop, may I call on Grace Cabral to do the honor.
Start na ba talaga? Sure na. Nakapag-log in na kayo lahat sa attendance? Yes, okay. Okay, to introduce our tech immersion workshop for this afternoon, architect Qhawarizmi Norhisham, trained as an architect, is a firm believer in the continuous discipline of honing the craft of design thinking. He received his architectural training from from University Technology Mara, University of Technology Sydney, the AD's Metropolitan Laboratory Berlin, and Politecnico di Milano. These prestigious institutions provided him with a comprehensive education in architecture, exposing him to various design theories and methodologies. He is the COO of Citizens.io, a strategic digital agency specializing in AR, VR, Metaverse, Web 3.0, and NFT. He holds multiple key positions, serving as the principal of Qhawarizmi Architect, director of Praktika Architects, SDN PhD, and partner of the research think tank, Manifesto of Design and Research in Architecture. Along his professional endeavors, he has also dedicated 8 years to lecturing at UITM, Taylor's University, and UCSI University, contributing to the academic field. Currently, he serves as the Malaysian representative in the Arc Asia Committee on Young Architects, showcasing his active involvement and dedication to the architectural community. His notable achievements, including being a recipient of prestigious honors such as Kazana Design Residency, Pam Chan Sao Lai Award, and Pam Johnson Swiss Scholarship Award, among others. These accolades highlight his exceptional talent, contributions, and recognition within the field of architecture. So a round of applause for our workshop facilitator from Malaysia, architect Qhawarizmi Norhisham.
Hello everyone. Hope everyone had a good lunch. Now, today we're gonna go through some of the boring part before we get to the good part. But of course, we would like to, on top of that exceptional introductory words, and the only person that actually got my name right, which is I highly appreciate it. We are Qhawarizmi Architect from Malaysia. Basically, we run a small office in Cyberjaya. It's not far off from the airport, so maybe you can stop by if you are visiting Malaysia. We do a lot of strategic design work. Okay, so we are not your typical architecture office. We don't actually build anything. We work on very high macro policy level, master plans, strategic application of waterfronts, etc. And we did a lot of this for the state, for developers, of course. So we are the architects before the actual architects. So we are the one that the client engage before they, parcel out and then, get all this building built by different architects. So that's our role per se. And of course, we did a lot of this around urban areas in Malaysia. From public transportation to food security, this is some of the topics that we cover, and of course housing. And today we're just gonna hone into our specific topic, which is metaverse. I think some of you have saw this metaverses in the morning session. Okay, now Of course, today is a bit, this portion of the exercise is a little bit hands-on. So mimicking or reflecting some of the things that Reda shared, I boil it down to 4 executable steps, okay? So the first one is narrative, the second one is spatialogy, grammatological, and semiological. The idea was really to get you to executable framework that you can actually utilize after this. So without going into too much hassle, we're just going to create a scenario, which is, what if you are going to build a gallery, for your respective architectural practice? I think it's fairly relatable. And we're going to use this as a case use for the exercise today. Okay? So the first thing first, narrative. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to educate the potential client? Or are you going to engage your client, meaning maybe have consultation online? What kind of metaverse? Is it a social metaverse, educational metaverse, or purely branding? Sometimes you can have a blend of few items, but usually it's good if you have a core that you can work with and the rest will be secondary. Some people, for myself, social metaverses are not for me, definitely, because in a large project, there's 20, 30 stakeholders when you're doing master plans. So there's no point, trashing, socializing, or discussing in metaverse, quite difficult. It's better done in the physical form. But in my case, it's all about educational metaverses. So what I'm trying to do is to educate that if you want to open up a new part of the city, it's good to have a long-term strategic plan first for 30, 20 years, rather than just try to see how it organically grows, okay? So moving on from that, after you decide that step, you have to go into the issues. Why do you even need this metaverse? Is it because your clientele wants to see what else can you do? You might want to demonstrate your capacity as a practice. You also want to have a certain kind of visitors. I mean, usually younger crowds will not be happy with a 2D website environment. As one of our friend aptly put, saying that this is the future of internet. Just imagine if everything else, banking website, hotelier website, is all in 3D. And when they go to architect's website, it's 2D. It's gonna have a very bad connotation, okay? So maybe at the last point, maybe you want to focus on conversion. Okay, maybe you are doing something very special with your housing design, fairly difficult to illustrate with 3D, 2D section or plans. For example, the house configuration is quite adventurous. We have a lot of split levels. If you show that plan, it's not going to make sense because you're cutting on a certain level. But if for you to imagine, if you have a lot of split level, you might have to have 6 or 7 plans. But if your intricate design can be experienced in 3D, you don't have to do that anymore. Because plans are, to be honest, this is for a different time, but I'm really against designing through plans. But it's okay, it's a topic for a different day. Now, what are the changes happening in the market? Your future clientele will be Roblox player, Minecraft player. So they're going to find somebody that has that kind of relatability. I'm sure you heard nowadays influencer as young as 16, 19 can be a millionaire. Or I don't know, here in pesos, billionaire maybe. So you can see that your clientele are getting younger. A lot of young people, of course, exceptional cases, has a lot of money. And they will go into people that actually understand their aspiration per se. And of course, you want to show that you are up to date to the latest technology. And maybe communicate to a different crowd, different audience, for example, gaming community, tech community, coders, etc. So broadening your aspect. So now what kind of solution that Metaverse can offer? Of course, you are in the 3D environment. You have more devices. Previously, I mean, at website, you can, of course, view it in a headset, but why would you see a 2D thing and 3D hardware? So when you have this, you have a bit more possibility, have chatbot, NPC. NPC is a non-playable characters, meaning characters that populate, whoever play games understand the terms, but if you don't, basically it's a character that populate your metaverse. And then at the end of the day, if we have the opportunity to connect to AI and machine learning, as the technology become more and more available. I think it's not that difficult to see. ChatGPT have changed the landscape, and soon we're gonna go, integrated with anything, your browser, your YouTube, everything gonna be have this ChatGPT like built into it. It's just a matter of time. Okay, now space. So I think Reda has covered some of this, has introduced you some of these elements. So when you want to talk about space, you need to reflect what kind of architect you are. If you are a little bit more abstract, a little bit more, how do I say this, conceptual, then pixelated environment might be suitable for you. If you are like, build hands-on real buildings, then something a bit more realistic might, suit it better for you. You can see that there are different ergonomics. They are in a different scale. So if you try to sell a house, like a gallery, like a showroom per se, for a developer, and then you choose to build it on Roblox, it might not be as successful because the doors are out of proportion, okay, because the ergonomic of the avatars are fairly different. So the closest one you can, go for is, in this particular case, maybe spatial. So you need to understand your space requirement, but this also applies to your potential client. You have to ask your client. Sometimes if they are doing a cake shop, for example, a digital cake shop, you don't want it to be so realistic because you're gonna have the burden of modeling the cake in an actual form. You want a representation, not an actual cake. And if you want to have an actual cake, you can just put photo lah. That's another option. Of course, they are working on a different system, voxel, realistic, or in the central land case, low polygon, low poly. So 3D environment are also play a role. Do you need like a endless landscape, endless dunes of forest or desert or water? It depends. Spatial is more or less, fairly internal. It's a little bit more small scale kind of environment. Sandbox is depending on how much digital land you actually have. Decentral land is sort of like an endless open map, like a GTA. Who plays GTA or understand what GTA is? Grand Theft Auto is a video game. Yeah. So that is how they are being designed. For sandbox, for you to jump from one land to a neighboring land, you have to transport it. So it's not as seamless as the central land. So if you have a content that keep on growing, you might want to think about decentral land as an option. Because sandbox, even though you are living side by side, let's say you are living beside a Snoop Dogg project, it doesn't mean anything because from your land, you cannot walk to your neighboring land. You need to sort of transport it out, load again to the next environment, unlike decentral land. So this is some of the sort of like parameter before you start designing your metaverse. So they also come with certain built-in features. Of course, this is again updated as the software gets more mature. Some of them has the voting portion of it, some don't, and some can chat with friends and add why not. So they also some of the softwares also come with their own editing tool. So if you are an architect, if you want to learn additional software, it's fine. If you are up for learning, it's good. But if you are not, then some platform like Sandbox or Roblox might not be as suitable because you need to learn a proprietary software, a specific software. In this case, Sandbox, Vogue edit tools. For Roblox and Minecraft have their own respective proprietary software. And limitation of capacity, how many visitors can visit the space at the same time. Of course, it differs from a free version to a paid one. So there's a range there. And adoption to artificial technology. Tokenomics means, do they have a house token that is powered by a blockchain? So Decentraland is run on Mana. Mana is their own currency. So anything you want to do in Decentraland will be revolving around Mana. So if you don't have Mana as in your cryptocurrency portfolio, it might be difficult. In this particular case, you can look at Spatial. They don't have actual tokenomics built within the game. So you can see that there's no need for digital coin or digital currency. For NPC behavior, okay, this could be very diverse. If you have the ability of coding, the sky is the limit. You can put in voices, text, avatar behavior, animation, anything goes, to be honest. So just skip through it. Marketplace, if marketplace is important, if you are trying to make money, okay, some metaverse platform like Sandbox has a very robust marketplace. Robust means people actually put out content and actually people buy the content, but it is in the sand cryptocurrency currency lah. It's not your fiat money, so you have to find a way to convert into your fiat money. Some of the current use case, people use it for gaming, fitness, education, etc., etc. Chatbot ability, and step number 3 is fairly looking into what you want to do with your metaverse. It's fairly simple. You just have to think about what kind of experience you want to give your customer, okay, and then decide, is it going to be an on-chain metaverse and off-chain metaverse? On-chain means your land is minted on a blockchain, okay, like Sandbox, like Decentraland. I know it's a bit technical, but after I'm done, I'm going to go very quick because I'm expecting a lot of questions, a lot more questions than the first one. So, and then the bottom one is digital model, digital shadow, digital twin. I think you heard this word before. I will explain the difference. Digital twin means what happened in real life affect digital. What happened in digital affect in real life. For example, in your house, you have a garage door. Physically, you turn the garage, you shut the garage door. The model in your phone shows that your garage door has been shut, meaning the physical affect digital. Okay, now digitally, you open the garage door and physically you see that the garage door is open. They are a twin, exact twin. That is what digital twin means. Digital shadow means that it's a one-way thing. So you can turn on your car, for example, from your phone, but to turn off, but you have to turn on physically, meaning or vice versa. It's one straight. It could be a car, it could be your air conditioning system, it could be your smart camera, whatever, along that line, okay? Digital model is what architect operating in, meaning any changes in physical doesn't affect the digital. Digital changes also doesn't affect physical. For example, you have a SketchUp model of a house. The project has been built now. Now the contractor has done something else. Does your SketchUp model be updated automatically? No, right? That's how digital model works. So if you change your model in SketchUp, does the site change automatically? No as well. So architects are working at this level, digital model, and if we could go down to the, there is actually digital twin already, but very niche specification. But the data transfer is what differs from these 3 modes. So decide. I think for a website, you need to think of a way that if you update on Instagram, your metaverse also get updated. Or your Twitter also get. I think there's an app to manage your media social. Now, how can we have that metaverse link up to the rest of the ecosystem? Okay, whatever. I'm not going to go through the details because it's going to be very long and I'm sure you want to get to the good part. So we're going to walk through this at the end of this lecture. This is my own personal, my practice metaverse that we haven't updated for the past 2 years. But this is our space flow. Fairly simple. It's an entrance, sort of like a mind setting from whatever busyness you see on the browser. So we have like Oasis. Then you go into a room, to the next room, and then eventually sort of this hall of pillars, okay? Now, I know that I explained the art style. Now I'm going to show you how it looks like. So if you want to do a very fun metaverse, sort of like very social, you can build on Gather Town. It is 8-bit style, like a Nintendo style. And then basically, some of the users, it is fairly easy. It's almost 2D, but it's a combination of elevation and plan. So you get that, illusion of 3D. On-chain metaverse, Decentraland, meaning that I'm sure you have heard of metaverses land being sold millions and millions. This is where it happens. The land plots are actually valuable. Okay, there you have all this NFT, 3D NFT like shirt, the land itself that can be, being traded up for sale. And then they have lands and master plan that look like this. So again, it doesn't resemble any of our modern urban planning, but it is how it goes. Sandbox is another on-chain metaverse, meaning you need actual money to buy the land plots. It's a bit larger. They have a little bit more robust NFT system, which is not reflecting here. But what you need to know is a little bit more, have more tools for gamification, and of course customization. Mona is an off-chain metaverse. Actually, the platform are endless. You can just search it online. There's a lot, but I'm just highlighting a few. Okay, so basically, this is on-chain metaverse. You can mint your metaverse. You can see that there's a Ethereum logo. It means that it's been minted on Ethereum chain. Now, as I mentioned, I did not cover every single metaverse platform, but we did you a summary for you to actually choose whichever you are going. So if you are building something more customized, you can see that all the platforms has some limitation. Either it is voxelated, 8-bit, low poly. The reason why, because of the internet quality, if we are able to stream high quality geometries, texture like 2K, 4K texture, we can do almost realistic, environment. But the problem with internet is that there's a limitation on bandwidth and hardware limitation as well, as of now. Because you need to remember, you might be able to design a beautiful metaverse, but maybe like 5% of your local population can access. So sometimes it's good to find the good sweet spot, not so shabby, not so, articulated with all this shiny or ray tracing compute capability, but it's still presentable. So this is just data for your reference. Now, the last but not least, preparing the actual artwork per se, or the content. I would like to see Metaverse as a 3D website. As much as your text, images, video that you have on your website, you should have an assemblage of material for your metaverses as well. Of course, the usual suspect, JPEG, PNG, and whatnot, and maybe an addition, hyperlink to other things, your social, your actual website, and call to action to your emails. So your email, instead of a button, it could be an object in Metaverse, okay? This is me talking in the context of an architectural gallery, okay? So if you are working for banks or whatever a clientele that you might get after this, you need to go down with them and ask them what kind of material you want to show. Maybe you get a cinema, broker company. They're selling cinema tickets online. So obviously trailers or sound become a bit more important rather than images and whatnot. So you need to be mindful of that. Now, events, I think Radar covered it, so I'm just going to go through it. You can do lectures, to promote. Sometimes you can do free, I don't know how things work here, but sometimes in Malaysia, they want to sell their services in a soft way. They will say that free housing, free house tips. So they're going to give you a few 10 tips, like you should have the bedroom here, you should have bathroom here, ensuite bathroom like this. Just give a fairly common 10 good house design features. And then at the end of the session, oh, by the way, I'm also an architect. So anyone wants to have all these 10 good qualities, properties or elements, can give me a call. At the same time, they are already in your 3D environment, meaning it's a testament of your capacity. You can show how well can you, sort of like a small showroom for you. So you can invite your clientele, you can do it monthly or so. Yeah, party, of course, appreciation meeting, branding, I think it's fairly already been done many times, fashion festival, etc. So now for us, we have this too, of obviously a social platform. And now we're gonna go into, forgive me, to the website. So we have that social media account. Now we have the website. So we have two digital elements. Now what we do is, of course, like not any normal website, we kind of expect people to scroll in, scroll out, but we have like a special tab here that allow people to go into a metaverse for them to see the more or less the same content, but in a different environment. So I'm running it on Mozilla Hubs, which is a little bit more dated compared to what we're gonna talk today. So this is the space. Obviously, there's no way in and out. This is a filter for me to see if the visitor wants to venture, into the metaverse. Some visitor really see this, don't see any way to go and exit. And those are not the kind of people that I want to work with. I know it sounds so as if like an entitled architect for some reason, but what I'm trying to say is there must be an effort on the client side as well. I don't want a client that, you do everything. When it goes wrong, I blame you, that kind of environment. I want it to be a collaborative environment. Of course, if the client ventured out a bit more, of course, we have this sacred red tree. Actually, we have like maybe I sit down for this part. Okay. So, yeah. So, because I need to use my both of my hands. Thank you so much. Yeah. So that's the first portion. As you go in, you will be greeted by the map. Of course, if you don't want to see where you are or where you are going, it's fine to skip. Here, this is the link that I mentioned. You can open up. And of course, you can have a lot of other links as well. So if you want to look at, for example, my personal CV to see who you are dealing with, okay, and how many competition I have won. Yeah, a bit of a flex there, and what kind of media coverage or whatever I've been doing. There's a list of things that we have done, and of course other links as well. Okay, so this is how you engage your younger crowd, and then there's a photo of me and my wife, which is also the senior associate in the practice. And some of the media coverage that we'll be getting, radio interviews, TV appearance, and whatnot. Again, it's all about selling yourself, I believe. And then the range of clientele that we get from government and where we've been featured. Of course, we are still updating our award-winning competition wall, per se. And this is the main portfolio hall, which features some of the works that we did. Of course, it's not as robust. The material, we just put one image for one project, but at least when you come in this space, hopefully it gives you a testament of what kind of space we are designing. If you are into more classical, more what do you call it, natural stone, timber kind of projects, it's fine. But if you look at my work, it's fairly colorful. I think I've shown that in the beginning with some of our master plans. So this is some of our work. So they should, give you some level of expectation. What kind of architect I'm dealing with? Of course, we want to make it very lively, very youthful, very creative. Hence, you can see the cathedral-looking space is fairly, more or less like a red light district. But it's also a possible interpretation. Sometimes we update it with some animated model. Okay, so again, depending on what kind of project, but at least the client have the opportunity to not engage lah, but at least go around and see, in details. Again, there's not much detail there, to be fair, but at least there are some interactivity per se. Again, the other works that we are doing, and of course we have a pond. You can go there. You're not going to get wet, so don't worry. And a small meeting room for everything to happen. We kind of like give a float. Again, in Metaverse, don't have gravity, so you can do anything you want, including flying. Your avatar can fly as well. So, but in meeting room, you can share screen just like how you did in Zoom. And then, of course, you can put photos and chat. But again, it depends on what platform you are in. Today, I'm going to walk you through Spatial.io. So this is not exactly it. I would say Spatial a little bit more the graphic fidelity is better. So, we have additional galleries. This is the Metaverse galleries. Oh, sorry, I'm stuck. Metaverse gallery. And then, of course, on the other side is the NFT gallery. So this is some of the things that might resonate to some of you, might not, but it's fine. What I'm trying to say is you have the opportunity to curate your own space. For the staff, we have a special room. I know it looks like nothing. This is our, kind of like our ethos in the office. And there is like a secret stairwell going down, like a basement thing. And this is where all the sort of office ethos of philosophy should be lah. But it's not been updated yet. So you can see the cube that they're actually going up and down, transposing between the floors. Okay, I think that is the first part of the session. That's all. Do you have any questions?
All right. Thank you, sir. We can entertain some questions if you have. Yes. Questions? Yes, sir.
SketchUp. Yes. So we're going to show you in the second part how to do that. But of course, as I mentioned, I'm not going to use the Mozilla Hub platform. Spatial is a way better platform. The reason why I choose SketchUp is not because of, I have affiliation with them. It's just that it's a common software that almost everybody knows. So we're going to do that. Are we going into the second one directly or yes? You can't wait anymore? Okay. Something to say? So I try to choose platforms and softwares that are free for the benefit of the audience lah. Of course, you want to get into it with the minimal capital as possible. Okay, now, I'm just going to go through the slides, then we're going to go into SketchUp and actually modeling. So if you start having ideas how your gallery should be, you should, start thinking about it now. So it's going to be very simple. We're going to model in SketchUp. We're going to convert the file in Blender. But if you can model in Blender, all the power to you. And we're going to upload to Spatial. That's all. That's the step. SketchUp, Blender, Spatial. Spatial is a browser base. So if you are connected to internet, just connect to Spatial. As simple as that. Okay? I don't think I need to go through this, but this is actually a screenshot of somebody is trying to build something. Build few walls and floors, combine few walls and floors, create a space, and then we're going to export them. So why don't we open our SketchUp now and have fun, and we're gonna give some gifts for the best 3 metaverses that you can design within these 15 minutes. You shouldn't make it too complex. Let's just make it very simple, okay? Because this is like a cooking show. So when I say cooking show, it means that the chef actually had built the gallery. So I did mine. So I will wait for yours. So go ahead, enjoy the next 15 minutes and design your own gallery per se. Yeah. Timer. What timer? I will go around. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a timer. 15-minute timer.
So the presentation is going to be a bit messy, but usually what we do is when we want to build our metaverse, we're going to have a list of elements that we want to put and their respective ratio. So in Metaverse, you have to understand if your file is too big, for example, your JPEG is too big and whatnot, it will consume a lot of internet bandwidth. So be smart, sometimes we just put them 100 dpi as a maximum, and then some of the images A from whatever coding you want with a respective ratio. So when you know the ratio, you know how to design the particular frame. Again, is it fairly is optional? Not necessarily you have to design the frame, but if you want to have a nicer or custom edges, you might want to know that your aspect ratio of your artwork. Yeah. So this is some of the consideration. Okay. No. Oh, they want to. Okay. Yeah.
So the Excel sheet, the important part is the top part. You know, the number position height, so you can see plan for your model.
So you can see that some of the square. I need this photo to be exactly in this dimension, this resolution, that resolution. So this is prepping your works in Metaverse. This is prepping your material, and this is again your space. How are we on time? Okay. Yeah.
The famous basic.
Along the 50-minute, maybe we can do some quiz if you want to for the books. Let them focus. Okay.
You want to get a good design.
And maybe while they're doing that, let me say thank you to our sponsors, our industry partners. We have Boys and Paints, Architect Technologies Inc., Crown Pipes, MediaCast Digital Group, and Rescued Furniture. Thank you very much, sponsors. And to those who missed out, registering their names in the morning session, we have someone who is just around the corner. Then you can maybe, or they will approach you, or okay. All right. Attendance sheet is being passed on, so just look for your name and sign in case you didn't. I think our speakers will be choosing top designs and they will get rewarded.
Everything will be go missing. Yeah.
Okay, so while waiting, I can give you some modeling tips. There are some modeling discipline that is slightly different from when we design our projects. Of course, when we design our project, we want to make it as detailed as possible. But in Metaverse, they don't like geometry. I mean,
Metaverse hate geometry.
they need lean model.
Yes.
I'm having difficulty controlling my cursor because of the extension.
Metaverse like to exercise. You know, they like to be thin. Yeah. Maybe you can show some of the polygons.
So, oh, sorry. If you look at how this particular subset is modeled, any repetition will be a component, and then basically the model itself will be fairly clean. Clean means there's no extra lines. The internal are fairly, what do you call it? You know, how do I say it? No additional lines. Any additional lines will incur sort of a compounding effect to the eventual geometry count, if that makes sense. So whoever that, you know, modeling fairly messy, you know, for example, like this is fairly clean. There's no even one single additional line. There's no hidden lines per se. So it has to be as clean as possible if you could. Okay.
You gonna count?
I think instances, but I don't have my. I don't have my tools here because of the limitation of the ni. But if you use Mozilla Hub, they will have an audit. They will tell you how many geometry, how many textures. If you wait, I try to find my tools. Which I don't know where they are. Can I? So this is not directly relatable to metaverses, but a good modeling discipline would be looking at your components and see if you have anything to purge. If you do, please do that because we don't want to carry that additional information. After that, your material, if you look at me, I would just go with very limited material. Of course, as hardware improve, you can do better, larger material selection. But if you do have additional material that you don't use, if you don't have the small triangle, I can help audit one file if you want to. Anyone that working on their project file, I can help you and illustrate to you if you want me. If you are anyone willing to share their file with me, I would really, I will demonstrate to you. I think I could at least reduce it by, I don't know, 30%. If your file is 30 MB, I'm fairly confident I could get it down to 20. Yeah. So if you have anyone you want, let me know. But the trick is really to make sure your layers, your tags are clean as well. If you want to use tags, use it, but use it because you actually put it on. Sometimes there's a lot of residue or rubbish coming from 3D warehouse that you brought together, the tags, the material, the components. So usually I will have that audited first. I will clean everything first, then only bring it to my scene. So this is some of the things that you need to take account to. So in this particular case, I will share to you the size. The size is around 1.6 MB, which is, I think, quite big as well, considering. But it's as lean as we could make it. Are we? How are we, Reda, on the 15 minutes? Are we that still? Not yet. Okay.
Yeah. Tak ada kan? Metaverse ada?
Boleh main video? I think this is a bit more geometry intensive project. I think Reda did show this in the morning session. So if anyone wants to enter this room together with me, please go to my website and then go to Metaverse. I think we can meet each other there if you want to. Go to Metaverse, go down and click on this link and we can see each other there. Maybe I wait for you there. Hopefully somebody will come and join us exploring this island that is inspired by a skull character. Anyone coming? Click, click, click. You just need to go to qwa.wix my website, and then go to Metaverse tab if you want to. And then click this one, and then, you will be here. QWA Architect. Yeah, QWA Architect. Go to the Metaverse tab and click on the Metaverse link.
So this project is quite interesting because this is the first time we did a project for NFT owner, project owner. So within the project owner, there is all the other sub owners. Kau nak jalan-jalan tak? Somebody? Oh, I can join.
There is radar, and if we all of us go in, we can see each other there. I mean, your avatar like this, not you particularly. So the microphone is distance sensitive. You can only converse with somebody that is nearby to you, and then the voice will fade away as you go further and further apart. So this is all NFT artworks, minted artworks. And then basically the gallery spans 3 floors. This is again the one that Reda mentioned in the morning. For the skull JPEG, for the skull artwork that you see around the gallery. I don't think so. I think they will use more fancier software and tools. I believe this is yeah. Yeah, I think I yeah, environment, yeah. Yeah, I think the basic principle are the same, but this is hobbies grade software, meaning customization is limited. I think what they're using is fully customized tools. Yeah.
If we want to do this, we increase software, within our skill set, the price will be so expensive. But the minute we start gaming engine, we have to pay 2 sets of people, which is the gamers and the programmers. One gamer, one programmer, salary 1 month is 2,500. And then one gamer is 2,500 USD. So you need 5,000 USD to operate for 3 plus your salary. So that's why I think this one, but we must put it. For if you want to do a high end, that's minimum. So this one is the cheapest, where you can do yourself in DIY.
chatbot. Meaning that somebody you can go and ask question and the chatbot reply. We don't have that, so it's not very great.
Let the architect explain. That's the only thing.
Yeah. So you,
So that you have a portion of data.
yeah. You can be the host. You come in, you be the host lah.
Yeah.
The one that we doing the funeral homes, the one that one we plan when you enter the funeral home, you talk to your grandmother or grandfather's avatar that's passed away, but you talk to them with their voice. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We can. There's another business model. Metaverse casket. So you can measure the body, your size, and then you have the caskets business. We can straight away put you while you're still alive. Ah, okay, okay. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Can? That's another concept. Mhm. So the other business model we were discussing was columbrium. Inside the columbrium, you put the keys, everything pictures that can be seen by people, but in a 3D.
I think that's why I saw whistle earlier. I would like to ask, what's that for? So that's the purpose. So,
That's the first one.
oh, okay, Warnie. Do we need to extend?
Okay, yeah, we can proceed. Yeah?
So now, assuming that you have modeled your gallery, what you can do is you can go start to export them. Okay, of course, I think you know this portion of the features as well, and export them as a Collada file or .dae, yeah, and put it wherever you want, and then maybe open up a folder, maybe save it, and then open Blender after that. You're gonna bring the model now to Blender. So finish it up, export a 3D model with Collada file format, and then bring it to Blender. I hope you have installed Blender because take a bit of time. Blender, of course, is fairly flexible, what they call it, versatile 3D modeling software. It's free as well. It's been used for feature films, animation. It can be as good as that, triple A titles. But in this particular case, we're not going to go into the modeling in Blender syllabus. We're just going to use it as a means to export to the eventual file that we're going to use in Spatial. So you can import, boleh, but I'm not so sure where everyone is. I'm fear that someone missing the train. Is everyone imported their model into Blender? Import and find the Collada file and import it again. So this is how you're gonna see your model inside Blender. Not yet, huh? It's okay. We'll be here. Collada to Blender. Of course, there's a lot of other ways. If you have a straight forward formatting conversion, I'm not saying this is the only way, especially when you're working on 3D Max and why not. It could be, slightly different. But for the benefit of the many, we just go with SketchUp workflow. of course, we recommend everyone, if you have the time to actually model natively in Blender, that will be better because you have more tools to manage your polygons and why not, okay? So it's okay. I assume everyone eventually going to manage to bring their Collada file in. So with that being said, the next step will be exporting it into a 3D file. Okay, it could be I cannot, it's too small. GLB or GLTF. Yeah. So this is the file that eventually going to go into spatial. Okay. If you have that, just put it aside. So that is your first 3D asset. So maybe we can do one more 3D asset that actually moves that I am going to demonstrate after this.
Also, guys, please tone down your voice. Medyo umiingay na daw po tayo. Few tips. Sir told us to make his model in SketchUp. Use the unit in meter before you transfer it to the other. What's the other one? Grinder. Blender. Up yun na. Up yun na. Dating app. Yes, please convert to meters. Yes. In meters. Mhm.
So I'm sure you noticed that in the metaverse that I illustrate to you, there are flying skull in the void, the triple volume void. Now I'm going to show you that you can have some animation attribute to your model by putting them here. In this particular case, I will just use a box because it's convenient. And on the bottom, you can see there's a time scale where the animation would go. So in this particular case, if you look at the screen, I was just going to adjust this to 250. Okay. So it is in frames, meaning 250 frames. And within 30 frames per second, this is an 8-second animation. Does it make sense? Okay. So there's a apportionment of these frames. So I will do some changes. If you could, are you done with exporting to GLB? Okay, if you could, I don't know, you can model a box and then we're gonna do this animation change. So first what I would do, I click this and this transform box will show the positioning. So maybe in the first section, I would just go to the middle portion, which is 120, and I will put like a distance to it, and then put in a keystone. Okay, put a keystone there. Actually, better I just do it again because this is already okay. So this is a bit more representative. Okay, so you have this 240 frames. Okay, so you can see that the positioning is all 0. So I'm going to start with Z-axis. So I'm going to put a keystone there. And then on the 120th frame, I'm going to put another keystone with an elevation change of 4 meters, for example. Okay, now if you click play, sorry, let's start from the beginning. Okay, I did not hit the key. Wait, I did not save the change by entering the number and putting the keystone. Okay. Okay, it's supposed to move from, it will have transformation on the z-axis, which is going up. Okay, so that's how you instill animation in your object. Okay, now we might want to get it into a loop. So to do that, maybe on the 240th frames, it has to go down again. So I'm just going to lock that in, 0, and then putting in the keystone. I'm not so sure why, yeah. It's quite difficult to... That's true. Wait, So for now, we're just animating it to go up and down. So if you could get this, that would be good. There's only 3 keystones. The first one in the 0 frames is the Z positioning is 0 meter. The middle one is 4 meters. And then the last one is 0 meters again. So this is just 3 keyframes, keystones. Let's see how the crowd do. Anyone need help? I think you need to not animate your main space. Yeah. We are animating an object. So you need to save this, close it, open a new one. New, general, yeah. Up to you, you want to save or not. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, so drag this up. So this is your animation plane. Yeah, you can change it into 240 if you want, because 250 is a bit hard to manage. Yeah. So in the beginning, it will be 0. So put a keyframe. Okay, it's fine. Go to the middle, which is 120. Okay, now key in the new value, maybe 4 meters. Okay, enter. Enter. Okay, then you hit the keyframe again. Go to the last one. Okay, hit 0. Enter. And then keyframe. Because we need to the colors. All right. So just play. Yeah. You need help? Yeah. So usually we're gonna show you how does this animation work. Nanti kita tunjuk Reda. We have sendayan kan? Nanti kita tunjuk how everything goes together. Okay. So okay. Now we can change the keyframes to end at 240. So we change that first. I mean, it's up to you. You want to have a longer animation, it's fine. Now let's go to 0. Okay, it's already there. Put key in 0. Enter, and then click the keystone. Here, the small button. Yeah. Okay. Now go to the middle, which is 120. Okay. Hit the new value 4. Okay. Enter. Okay. You see that from green it changed to orange. Then if you hit this, it will change to yellow. Yellow means it's confirmed. Now go to the last frame. Okay. 240. Hit 0. Yeah. Hit 0. Enter. And then keyframe. and then just play. It will perpetually play. I think you can zoom a bit lah to appreciate the movement. Everything okay? No, you need help? I think the main project file, we leave it as it is. We're going to animate an object. So let's go file and open up a new one. New, the first one. Yes, general, yeah. General would be good. So let's say you have a model of a chair or whatever. Okay, now what we want to do is to drag this a bit. Okay, wait, your timeline is moving. I think you need to stop it first. Okay, now let's change this to 240 to ease our numbering. Yeah, this N, the N number. Yes, just change it to 240. Okay, let's go to the first frame, which is 0. Okay, now we have 0 here, so it's fine. Just key in, just click this one to seal it, to cement it. Start with 0, enter, and then just click this button, the small button there. Yes, okay, now it's locked. When it's yellow, it's locked. Go to 120 frames. You can see that it's the middle there. You have to click on the number. Yes. Okay, now change a value. Let's say 4 or 5 meters, up to you. I think you need to click the box first. Yes. 10. Okay. Enter and then hit the keyframe. Yes. Go to 240. The last one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Key in the maybe 0. This one, the Z axis. The green box. Yes. You can hit 0. Enter, and then click that. Yes, the keystone. Okay, now let's see how it goes. It will go up and down, yeah. It will go up from 0 to 10, from 10 to 0. Okay? Do you get it? So you can bring this to your model after this. We combine the both. All good? It's okay. We're going to combine them together later. They're going to marry in other software. Yeah. So, yeah, I think, okay. Are we starting now? Are we starting from blank or? Oh, you already edited. Oh, okay. Do you know what to do? Oh, it's best if you open a new one. Yeah, it's best if you open a separate file. Do you guys need any assistance? All good?
How do I make this after I go to Technotalk
Uh-huh.
back just to make repetitive view?
It will automatically, right? Move up and down? No?
Yeah. I think we made it.
Yeah. It looks like it. Yeah. But it is best not to, because this is the space.
Yeah.
You don't want to move the space. You want to move an object within the space. Yeah. So for example, if you have a project logo, the project logo can go up and down, but the space is still. Yeah. So maybe it's good to build another model. Okay. Just exploring. You can move left, right, up, down, rotate. Totally up to you. Yeah. Go ahead. Have fun. There's no limitation. Huh? After ni lah. So after this, before this break. Just before the break. Dah nak ni lah. In 3 minutes. So as I see some of the participants, you guys have make it move more than up and down. You can do that if you want. You just have to change the parameter. So let's say you want them to rotate. You can put in a new value. And now it goes up and down and rotate as well. So there's two action. Actually, there's no limit. It's totally up to you. You can go crazy with it. And eventually, when you are done, what you want to do is to export them as GLB as well. So this is where we are going. So this is going to be a common theme where you're going to continuously export it into GLB. Okay, ready? How to how to change? How to change to this one? Tak sampai.
Disclaimer, sir, because we've been trying to do that, we're trying to explore how to spin it. So we wanted to see your settings.
You can see from here,
Oh yeah, all
you
right.
can change the X, Y, or Z axis.
But we already did.
For the middle keyframe,
Uh-huh.
and then for the last keyframe, did you edit something?
I
Nothing.
just make it 0 again. Go back to 0.
So
Ah,
we'll bring back to 0 at the last keyframe.
yes, yes,
On the middle keyframe, that's the same.
correct.
Okay.
Okay, do that.
Okay. So,
Actually, I put it 180.
dito,
The middle keyframe is 180 degree.
The Y. And the Y axis, it's 180.
But totally up to you. You can change the value. You can make it at the 40th frames. Totally up to you. This is just a basic illustration of what the software could do, and you can go nuts. What we're going to show you, if you did understand this fairly basic concept, you're going to get into what Radar going to illustrate in a moment. Anytime you're ready. Anytime you're ready. Kau boleh? Browser je lah, bro. Browser je lah. Browser pun boleh. Asalkan orang tengok. Ayo.
Excuse me, guys. Our voice, please. Sorry. Let's tone down our voice, please.
So what Radar is showing is a collection of GLB files that is animated independently. It is animated independently and it's been collaged together. So you can see the butterfly, right? The butterfly or the music notes that goes big and small. Actually, you can change the scale as well. If you look at under the rotation, there's a scale. So all these elements are modeled individually and assembled together into a space. So this is a separate GLB file. The animals, the tree are separate GLB files. Then you assemble them together. You need to think like a game developer where you build game assets. You know, like barrels. Whoever play games have a lot of understanding of this world. You have a one step further. Actually, it's fairly small because Radar is on Oculus, and we invite anyone to experience it if you want to. This is a project in Malaysia by a developer, and we believe that the metaverse is designed by an architect. Kejap, berhenti jap. You can see the music notes from the piano is floating and flying, and each one of them are animating. Did you guys see that? Browser version will be clearer lah. Definitely will be more clearer. And this is the possibility if you assemble everything together, yeah, in one setting. Yeah, please, while we are connected to it, before we go to the 15-minute break. So you can see the logo rotates. Yeah, so that's the trick. It's a simple trick. Go up and down, big, small, rotate. Yeah, only that. So it's just how you manage it.
Can we also do the each leaf will rotate? Like you can do that, right?
If you are that diligent, yeah. If you are,
That's too much work.
yeah, very passionate.
What do we add?
I'm not so sure. All the gamified thing. Yeah. But this is one of the best lah we've seen. One of the best, yeah. In computer it looks better. Now it's on the Oculus, it's a bit blurry. So as you can see, as the sample shows, it is best.
Guys, excuse me, everyone.
It is best if you design it for the internal experience. I know, I saw some of you are very aptly designing for the exterior. I know as an architect, maybe that is your inclination. But on the Metaverse, people just want to get into it, which is being an internal. I don't think you can even see how the building looks like in this particular one. We have other things, other metaverses like what do you call it, 8 Asian metaverses that you can see a bit of the exterior. Yeah. If you have exported the animated box into GLB, that would be good. And I think in any time now, maybe like in the next 5 minutes, we can go for our 15-minute break. But of course, I'm here for you to ask any question if you have any. All right? Yes, each asset will be its own .glb file. Correct. So don't mix it up with your project file. Your building should not float, rotate, and go up and down. It should stay. Okay, and then the elements will be on a separate file. Okay, but nobody is coming to try, but it's okay. Maybe end of the, yeah. I would suggest your main project files to have some textures, because if they are all white, it will be difficult to differentiate from the wall and the floor and the wall and the ceiling. So if you could, put some textures.
architects can meet virtually. Maybe that. Let's say 10 years from now.
Okay, 10 years.
You can meet in the virtual. You create a virtual convention center. And all of you can meet there.
And lower the plane emission. You don't have to travel by plane.
Yeah. You need to have a loop. That is the counterpart
Yeah.
of loop.
So you can be young again in Metaverse, or you can be a rabbit. Yeah. Some people send sketches to digital artists to have a customized avatar. So it looks like you, closer to your features, or wherever you want to be, Joker, Batman. Yeah.
The other speaker yesterday,
Okay.
they take actual pictures
Ah.
and you're part of the export figure.
And then turn into a digital. We're gonna go through that as well. If you have your photo, stand by. We can after this, we can do that as well.
Can she experience flying? After that, buka special, buka account special. Masuk terus. Tapi masalahnya, dia model ni.
All right, guys, we can have our 15-minute break first. We have coffee here at the back. So if you guys want to drink some hot coffee. So, yeah. But of course, during our break time, we can still work on our model. Ganyan talaga siya, buto siya. While on break, we would like to acknowledge again our sponsor. Thank you very much. Boys and Paints, Architect Technologies Inc., Crown Pipes, Queensway, MediaCast Digital Group, Rescued Furniture, and yeah, Rescued Furniture.
Second highest is calling for Twin Towers.
No, actually, there's another one being built right now, almost finished.
Second highest in the world, yes. Very high tower.
Who designed that?
Hendrik and Salides. Hendrik and Salides.
Where is he from?
Australia.
Okay.
Partner with Malaysia.
I wonder why in Dubai or in most countries, either British, Australian are the ones.
Because they are our mentality. We think that they are the best.
But most of the Asian architects right now are much better. Only we do not know how to manage it.
No, the mentality of the people with money that what the Western is good. We cannot treat them.
In the future,
Because the young ones are very westernized. Unless we tell, the president make that look.
Hello? So guys, we shall proceed with the part 3 of our workshop, the Tech Immersion Workshop tutorial from again by architect Norhisham.
Okay, so I believe you have at least two GLB files. The one that is a floating box, and then the other one is your eventual space. Now, we can go to your respective browser and try to search spatial.io, open an account. So you might need to give away your email and create a password for it. And then basically you are in.
Create an account.
There is step by step here. Go to a browser search box or Google Chrome, whatever browser you are using. Click into login. And proceeded to open an account. It's free. Of course, there is a paid version of it as well. But for now, let's just, go through it. Yeah. You're still editing your models. You can make it perfect when you are. If not, even how we can experience Okay, let me proceed and maybe see how can you. Okay, it seems like most of you are eager to bring your creation into spatial and not so interested with the avatar, which is fine. So let's skip these steps. Now to import, of course, you can go into uploading your creation in an empty space. What you need to do is really click on this is some of the files you can bring in, I think you know already. GLB, OBJ, FBX. So you can bring your custom environment by clicking the plus button or additional button. Find your file and then basically try to scale it up as you see fit. So if you need further refinement on the positioning and scaling, you can do that on the editing area. If you are happy, enjoy your space. And now we can bring in more content. So you have the environment. Now, if you have some images like JPEGs or MP4 or PNG, you can bring it into spatial as well. this is some parameter of the importable files in different formats. Okay, so best try not to exceed them. So again, the same process is the plus sign and try to bring in the JPEG. Of course, find in your local drive directory. Okay, in this case, a PDF. And then basically you can just reposition them by using the cursor or use the parameter setting on the side. If you want to upload videos, it's the same process. And same process goes to any other file type. So enjoy your Metaverse. So I'm gonna show you live, and then I will just float around the room if you have any questions. So I'm gonna go into my space, and then I will upload a gallery model, which I hope all of you did. I hope all of you did an internal space that you can enjoy. If you did only an external model, you might want to consider doing a small box or something for you to actually walk inside. So I would just hit add, and then I will go and find my file. So click upload, select it from your device. I just go and try to find the GLB file, which is in this case is this gallery that I showed you in SketchUp in the beginning of the session. So now the file is in. It's a bit too small. I can hit this button to set it as my environment. Instead of an object, I make it my environment. Okay. I will check the scale. Okay, I think it looks good, so I will just keep it. Now I can walk around, the space if I want to. So this is how it looks like. Now to add additional material, so I have this photo frames and whatnot. So maybe I will hit this add button, again upload some JPEGs. So I have 3 JPEGs here for sample. So I'm uploading one of them like a conceptual master plan, for example. So now the files are in. Now it's just up to me to reposition them and scale them. Okay, this is the hard part, I believe, because it don't have that coordinates that you usually have in your 3D modeling softwares. So it's all visuals. It's all about you looking into it and have a feeling of where it should be, because there's no actual dimensioning, okay? So you can see that the file is a bit floaty. So it's up to you to really like manage it, like make sure it fits. Of course, in this case, the ratio is not right. It's for 1-to-1 images, but nevertheless, I will just show you how it, possibly can go in. So, make adjustment as you see fit until you are satisfied. There's no right or wrong here. It's just all about your preference. Yeah, something like that. So keep on adding stuff, and then your gallery will be set up in no time. You can upload videos, JPEGs, PNGs, totally up to you. Now, the floating box is next. We're going to upload the box. I hope you guys still have it. Okay, in this case, it's a box GLB. Now it's loading. So this is the box. You're gonna take it. Oops. And reposition them. Maybe we want to scale it down a bit. So if you have your projects on all sides of the box, for example, again, if you want to show additional information, it's totally up to you. So I think you can have them duplicated. If not mistaken, you are free to, what do you call it? Experiment on all the tools. I think this is all you need, to be honest. You're able to go and put in the environment. There's only three things: the model of the environment, which is your gallery, your 2D JPEGs or PNG, and your 3D assets. There's only three things. The custom environment is one, .jlb file. Second is your 2D, your video, your PNG, your MP4. That's number two, 2D material. And the last one is 3D assets, like these blocks. That's all. Then you're done. Enjoy your metaverse. Yeah, that's all. So we just float around. Yeah. Other question. What is it?
The Blender file, drag it here.
The GLB file. Yeah. Yeah. In the Blender, you should export as GLB, .glb. Okay. Question. Boleh pass through.
So how do you reset?
Okay, now this is an object and this is your environment. So of course you can pass through the object because it's not an environment. So you need to build, that's why I said you have to build an internal space. So there's a three class of object: environment, 2D object, 3D. So now this has fallen to the lower grade. Yes.
So that thing has to be an environment, right?
So if you want this gazebo to be part of the environment, you should have the island file with all the trees with the gazebo in that file. Because there's a hierarchy of assets. Okay. Ni masuk radio. You can start furnishing.
All your
Because she did an internal space. You can add additional model from Sketchfab. Possible?
Dia tadi yang environment dia daun
Model.
masuk to environment lah. Dia add to environment kan? Oh, model. Betul dah. Betul dah, susah. Kita semua tadi masuk through ni kan.
Yes.
How do I activate the collision?
The position?
Collision.
The collision, I think now it is being treated as an object. So why don't you click this? Click this model.
This one.
Okay. Set as environment, this one.
Okay.
Environment. No.
Position character here.
I think you set first. Yeah. And then you see again. That's why you're better off building an internal space, like myself, so that you don't go onto the perpetual fall. You need to have a ground large enough lah. I think better you export. Because they don't do internal, they buat exterior building. Yeah. I see some of you are struggling with a perpetual fall. Maybe what you can do is make the ground slightly larger or position yourself in the interior rather than doing an exterior with no base or no datum or no surface. Okay. You guys can do it? Okay.
How can we fix the position?
Click the object. Okay, now this is an object. So if you want to make it environment, you click this and then environment. So now that become the base. But again, you don't have enough ground. That's why you are in a perpetual fall. Yeah, so maybe you need to make sort of like the ground plane, the soil around your building. Yeah. Yeah, of course, a lot of other models. Yeah, it's a directory of models. Feel free to download. Tak boleh masuk. Okay, wait. Which one? Spatial? Tak boleh masuk spatial?
Model dekat depan sana. Tapi dia building juga rumah.
Can we see the actual file before it's been imported in? Dekat Blender. Semua jatuh. It's all there's no ground. You need to build a bit of a ground so that people can stand. Yeah.
Bring it to the ground and then stand.
But like a plane, like a larger plane. Yeah, yeah. Because this is exterior kan. Exterior problem dia macam tu. Good. You guys okay? It's loading. Okay. How about you? Yeah. Now I think you can appreciate if it's been designed as an interior. No, that doesn't count. Saya dia buat bangunan external.
She wants to walk inside, right? Like
Yeah, but
little bit. It's okay.
Yeah. So, but at least she got the texture in. Yeah.
The scale is correct, right? The scale is correct.
Yeah. Excellent.
But this one is you have to set it at the environment, right?
Yeah. The scenery button.
Hopefully it will fall under the environment. Yes, okay. Tapi tak jalan dulu. Oh yeah.
Boleh. Dia tak.
Now okay. But she's stuck inside the building. Oh, it's inside the building, right?
environment.
Looks good. Yeah. Click looks good. It's floating. You float on top of the environment.
It's a little bit small.
Is that look?
Floating.
What do you mean? The whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually, you can change the HDRI if you have the file. But today we're not going to go into that.
Dia dah stuck dalam environment, dia tak boleh jalan sebab building ni kecil sangat. The scale
The
dia-
headroom.
The headroom is too low.
Then no other things lah other than
Untuk model the
or rescale. Okay. Tak boleh pula. How to select? Oh, how to select the model?
dia terus dalam building.
Yes, that shows that it's not as easy as that. So let's just try to make a good space for you to enjoy in Metaverse. Yeah, it's a need to need a pro lah. Okay, good. It's just that the modeling
Oh, it's okay. Tanda dia dah okay.
working, right? Candidate. Yeah, so you know that the modeling discipline that I mentioned about, is important. Yeah. Really discipline, yeah, correct.
Dah cuba banyak sangat tadi. Mr. Richard, are you ready to present your design? Imagine this is all your client. Huh? Your client are very vicious. Like, what's the national tiger? A national animal? National animal. Okay, my national. Tiger, tiger. Huh? Tiger. My
National animal of Malaysia.
tiger. Okay, Richard. National animal tiger. All are like tigers. Yeah. Show your tiger show.
Okay, so this is my architect's museum. It's just a simple, yeah. So I think my main feature is the central atrium space with our animated like floating. Maybe we can put a virtual LCD thing here. Then you can see the projects and stuff like that. And then you sort of like the Guggenheim. You walk around and go down. I'll show you, but I haven't placed the pictures yet. I can. So let's have a look at how this works. So you start down and then you can go down.
See, the staircase is working.
It's working, and then you can see go down. I didn't put the railing. Yeah.
Jump.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Push the numbers.
Oh,
Start 3. So it's quite interesting, huh? But the problem that I encountered is
Many problems.
yeah. One is I stacked my slabs together, so the material. See, you can see the materials are so you should really be careful when building the model. I think it goes to show to like even in other programs.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Okay, yeah, Hannah.
Yes, Ken.
Thank you.
Give your hand to Richard.
Small gift
Wow.
from us.
Thank you,
Nothing
thank
much.
you. Oh, this is nice.
All the rest.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, who wants to show?
Who else?
Who wants to volunteer? Maybe we choose.
That's right, sir.
If nobody wants to volunteer,
Next. You.
we have you.
All right. Now, what this is this? This, she managed to combine her form, movement with the space.
Hi, co-architects. So my main concept here is cubism. So I just played around with my creativity since Metaverse is something that is like another reality. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll just tour you around and perhaps just walk. Yeah. So I just created a lot of boxes wherein I can teleport, I think. How do I do that? There. I can transfer here and run.
Yeah. It's okay. It's like slightly different, so you know that you can for fun.
So that's it. I just enjoyed modeling and trying it out.
I think the benefits of this, you can see that roots are fairly obstructed because visually we look from top.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful with this roof or multi-level. So that's why you have to avoid. The first one has a good black spot, so you can see this one has no roof, but still has a level.
Yeah.
Which is good. So yeah, thank you so much.
Wow. Very good. This session, this is the first Metaverse street session in the whole of Philippines.
Something. So the last one, anyone wants to volunteer?
What we're giving is VR box. You can put your phone inside.
Yeah, so you can enjoy it when you get back. The last one.
One more.
Anyone wants to volunteer? Yeah, we hope she's willing to. Are you? Do you want to explain what you did? It was a very real. This one very real.
Mike,
Hi, good afternoon, architects.
Hello.
This is supposed to be a garden museum, but the textures are
Yeah,
not
it's okay.
displayed. But here is the entrance where you.
You have
This is
a dog?
supposed to be greeted by trees,
It's a
by
pet dog.
waterfalls,
Oh, nice. Pet dog, huh?
Pet
and
dog.
then since I'm a new architect, I will fill these walls with my project soon.
Yeah.
There's a
It's
mirror.
a place.
And then this is a
It's not
lounge area.
Have you reset for sitting? Not yet.
Not yet, not yet. And to my right,
Ooh, apa tu?
this is supposed to be a maze
It's like a
where
mirror.
you can,
Wow, mirror. Is it mirror?
yes,
Yeah, wow.
mirror and then gallery walls.
It's like a maze. Yeah.
Yes.
You can get lost here.
I think I made this to be a one-way
Yeah.
museum, so you can explore the whole area, and then but it's still
Of course,
empty.
it's under
Yeah.
construction.
Yeah.
But love the progression
Yes.
from one space from the other. But maybe you want to diversify, meaning like maybe the corridors start to slowly open up,
Mhm.
or the floors start to go lower, and then suddenly the ceiling gets higher. So there's a
Yes.
lot of possibility. And of course, the sequential allow you to narrate the information or the content a little bit tighter. So yeah, on top of good modeling discipline, I think the space is not that bad. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, Leda lah bagi.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
A little gift from
Take it
us,
from us.
all the best. And I think with that, we have concluded the class. I think we give around like 10 minutes to float around if you still have questions. If not, are we at the end of our program today?
Yes, if you have questions, we can entertain them now if you have any. Wala naman. Okay, so yeah, okay, nothing. Okay, so I think we need to transfer. So the awarding and closing remarks will be at the ground floor. Okay, again. So may I call on Architect Beam Illustre to do the awarding. Okay, citation. Sir, may we request Architect Cora to join us? Kawa. Oh my God. Kawa. All right, citation. The United Architects of the Philippines Commission on Internal Affairs, Committee on Information Technology, Certificate of Appreciation is hereby presented to Architect Qhawarizmi Norhisham. Wow, did I get it right? Finally. In sincere recognition of his unselfish participation as workshop facilitator, contributing to the success of Technocon 2023, The Power of Now. Given this 13th May of 2023 at the United Architects of the Philippines headquarters, 53 Scout Rally Street, Barangay Laging Handa, Quezon City. Signed, Architect Rebecca Reliosa, the Commission on Internal Affairs Executive Director, Architect Bonstara Soriano Remo, Committee on Information Technology Chairperson, and Architect Mary Grace Cabral, Committee on Information Technology Secretary. Thank you, sir. Picture, photo op for our official photographer. Where is our official photographer? All right, one. Okay, one more. Okay, thank you very much. And yes, thank you, sir. And may we request everyone to proceed at the.
Hold on, hold on. On our behalf, we'd like to call Mr. What's that? Arnold. Arnold. We want to give a gift
Oh,
for
okay.
helping us throughout the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. We are receiving so much gifts from our speakers. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. We are like
Oh.
Japanese. If someone give us, we will give back. All right. The next one we like to call how's that? Erica.
Architect Erica.
Yes.
TikTok.
Yeah. Thank you for hosting us and replying our message late at night. Yeah. Last night, 3 o'clock in the morning. All right. Okay, the last one is Miss A.R. Christine.
Oh, me.
Yeah, thank you for emceeing us.
Oh, thank you very much. I did not expect this.
Yeah.
But thank you very much.
Yeah. Right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, with that, I'll pass to Christine.
All right. Okay, so again, guys, yes, may we request everyone to be at the ground floor for the raffle and closing remarks. Yes, we will be giving away some gifts from our sponsors. Again, we would like to thank our sponsors. Bison, Crown Pipes, Architect Technologies. Yes, is that Kingsway, MediaCast, and Rescued Furniture. Yay, hey, thank you. See you downstairs, guys. Oh, guys, before we forget, please do log out. This is our QR code. And also, don't forget to, yes, finish the evaluation form. Wrong QR. That's workshop number 1. Where's our... Tama ba to, Orcom? Okay. All right. you.
Very exciting, right?
Yeah, I know.
Good session.
Yeah.
Were you here yesterday? No.
I was not here, yes, but yeah.
But tomorrow you will
Yes,
MC again.
okay. Let's see, because I think someone will also do the.
Oh.
It will be two of us, I think. Okay, guys, see you at the ground floor. Boy. Boy.